Okay, in this video, I want to start to look at the style of our cells, and we're going to look at the font property. And the font property allows us to change the font and the color and the sizing of text in our cells. So I've got the same format.py file that we were working on in the last video. I deleted some of the stuff we don't need, but we've got the same, we're loading our pizza, we're merging all these cells, adding that cell as something, and then saving it as pizza 3. So let's come up to the top here and let's type in from openpyxl.styles. We want to import font. And this does just what it sounds like. It allows us to use this font property with these styles in our spreadsheets. So let's come down here and let's create a variable called cell, and let's just define it as whatever is in this cell. And we know that that is the word something. So now this variable cell contains the word something. So now we can use our font property. So we can go cell.font and set that equal to font. Now this is a capital F, and this is a function. And inside of this function, we could do all different sorts of things. So the first thing we could do is change the color, right? So let me just type out these and then we'll talk about them individually. We can change the size. We can change bold. We can change italic. We can change underline, and we can change strike. So let me come through here, and some of these we put actual values, and some of these are true or false. So bold, for instance, we would put false for not bold. Italic, same thing, false for not italic. Underline, for now, let's just put none. And strike equals false. For size, we can pick a font size. So let's go ahead and just pick 20. And for color, we actually need to use something called hex codes. And hex codes are 6-digit codes that can be used to represent any type of color. And you likely don't know any hex codes because nobody memorizes them. So you just have to head over to Google and we could just type in color hex codes or something like that. And you're gonna see just hundreds of websites. So for instance, we could just pick this first one here. And you can see we've got this little thing here, and all of these color code things look at the same way. There's usually a slider where you can pick a color. And let's move this into the blues, and then we could pick in here exactly what color blue we want. We can see it right here. Over here, it's a lighter thing. So I'm gonna pick right about here. And you can see the first thing listed with a hashtag, a number sign, that's the hex color code. And you can see it's 6 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could just go ahead and copy this, highlight it, right click copy or control C on your keyboard, head back over to our code and just paste this in, right click paste or control V to paste it in. And this will now make this that sort of blue color. So we've got a blue color, we've got size of 20, not bold, not italics, not underlined, and not. And let's go ahead and put a comma at the end of this. You probably don't need it, but it's always a good idea to put commas behind everything just in case. So, all right, let's go ahead and save this and let's head over here. And let's run python format.py again. All right, now we can open up our pizza 3 file. And when we do, we see now it's that blue color and it's larger, the 20 font, right? If we close this and start to play around with this a little bit, for instance, we can do bold true, right? So let's go ahead and save this and run it. And now if we open our pizza3.xlsx file, we see now it's bold. Same thing with italics. If we close it and set italics to true, it will be italicized. Now underline, there's several different options. You can have none for no underline. You can have single, and you can have double. So if we change this to single and save this and then run it again, and then open our pizza 3 file, we see it's got one single underline. You'll notice it's also italicized. So if we close this, make some more changes. Let's change italics back to false. And let's change this to double. Now this will be double underlined if we run this again. And if we open this guy, you can see there's 2 lines underneath. That's fun. So let's close this. And one more thing we can change. Let's change this back to none, and let's set strike to true. And this will just put a line straight through our text. So save it and run it, open it again, and you can see there's a line straight through something. So those are the ways to change the font properties, the colors, the size, the bold, italics, the underlines, and the strikes. And remember, you just have to import this from openpyexcel.styles, import font, and then you can use this font function with these different attributes inside. And I put these all on separate lines so they're easier to read. You could put them all on the same line as well just by, doing this. But, that's really kind of hard to read. So with Python, you can put things on separate lines and it works just as well. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we'll look at cell alignment and pattern fills.